First of all, thank you for spending a precious Saturday evening to be here with us. And your presence are very much appreciated. Tonight's presentation are divided into 4 sections, with the first one on company introductions, followed by the second section that is introduction to our company exclusive products. Third, we will look into the business and compensation plans. And lastly, we will come into these recognition sections. We are grateful to have with us Mr. Eddie Chu, an executive coordinator from Singapore, to be our first speaker. Without much further ado, let's give a round of applause to welcome Mr. Eddie Chu.
Okay, thank you everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Alright, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you here today for MarketAmerica company introduction presentation. I'm doing the first part on the company, and then my fellow business partners will do the rest. Now, first of all, I'd like to tell you that it is a real opportunity for you, and it's a blessing for you to be here today to hear about this business, because a majority of the Singaporeans do not get to hear about it yet. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. And this company has operated so far for 20 over years, and they have operated in 8 countries, and Singapore is the number 9th country that they actually started operation in Singapore. And we are still in the pioneer stage. We are not yet a full market Singapore. So I'm going to go through this slide and help you understand about the company. First of all, this company was founded in 1992, alright, 22 years ago, and it was founded in the home, a very humble home in the garage somewhere, and today, in North Carolina, the company has a headquarters that is located there, okay? And MarketAmerica is a product brokerage company and an internet marketing company that specializes in one-to-one marketing and social shopping. Alright, in other words, MarketAmerica do not produce their own products. They are products broker, okay? That means they will source all around the world for the best products, and then they will broker it and sell it through their own online portal, through their distributorship. Okay, so they have more than 3,000 exclusive products, and it is they specialize in one-to-one marketing and social shopping. If you go into Instagram, if you type motifs, you will find that Motifs Cosmetic currently have more than 650,000 followers. So, that's how they market themselves through the website, make themselves known, in terms of their products, etc. Okay, now, the company has, since it commenced business, accumulated more than $5.2 billion of sales. Now, you might think, there are many internet companies out there. We have Amazon.com, we have eBay, but because of the strategy of the company and the nature of the marketing efforts and the growth in sales, it is anticipated that MarketAmerica in time to come can exceed Amazon.com, can exceed even eBay. The reason is because MarketAmerica sells over 35 million products online, and that is still growing, and that is still going around to different countries in the world. Once they establish, different markets as full markets in all the different countries. And at the present moment, MarketAmerica has not branched into China, it has not branched into India, it has not branched into Africa. But can you imagine if the MarketAmerica begins to branch into all these other countries? The network that we have will be so huge. The distributor base that we have will be very huge. All right. Now, since MarketAmerica commenced its business with their distributorship network and through their binomial system, we have many individuals who have already earned millions of dollars through this distributorship. Now, tonight, you have an opportunity to be part of this distributorship, okay? In fact, over here, you will see Dr. James Kuo and Marion Kuo who is sitting at the back. Marion is not here today, only Dr. James is here. And he is earning 85,000 to 100,000 US dollars every 4 weeks by participating in this business. Now, as I mentioned, the company operates globally in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the United Kingdom. And Singapore is the current stock. New Zealand has also started. And the latest addition in terms of emerging markets includes Spain, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Panama, New Zealand. New Zealand and Singapore started first before the others. Okay. Now, the thing is this, many of us, after we graduate or after we finish a high school or finish, poly or, A levels or whatever, we go out to work. Generally, you finish your army for the boys, you'll be about 21 years old, and by the time you start work, right, you work about 45 years till about 65 before you retire. So, what is showing you here is that, for every 100 people who actually should have reached the age of 65, you find that, because a large population, actually working for someone. And so what you have here is that of the 100 people that you know, 4% are financially fit, 1% is wealthy, 5% are still working when they reach the age of 65. Now the shocking thing is that, at the age of 65, 28% are dead. Oh my goodness. That's terrifying, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, nevertheless. And 62% are struggling financially. Now this is a fact. Because once you finish, you retire, and you have no more job, it's going to be quite tough. You really have to watch your spending. Right? Let me share with you. I run an executive search firm. I have people coming to me asking for jobs. Okay? I have people in their 50s coming to me asking for jobs. I try to help them, but it's very difficult. The reason is because the younger people have the same set of skills as them, or maybe even more modern in terms of skill sets. And then the younger people are cheaper to employ compared to the older people because they've already gone through to a very high pay scale. So you tell me, is it easy for older workers to actually get employed? Not easy. So I'll have to tell them, say, are you willing to take a pay cut? And in some cases, they have to take about 30 to 40% pay cut just to secure a job. Now this is reality. So here we have, 95% of the people largely working for the 5% that are financially fit and wealthy. And I can explain to you, they spend up to 45 years of their lives making the other 5% successful. How true is this statement? It's pretty true, isn't it? Yeah? Your bosses are the one making money, don't you think so? Yeah? Okay. Alright. They work a plan for someone else's financial success, but not for their own. But if you join as a distributor with MarketAmerica, you actually own a business of your own. And if you follow the guidance and the training given to you, in 2 to 3 years, you should be able to have a regular income. Now that regular income is going to increase over the years. It actually increases as you age. That's the wonderful thing about this MarketAmerica business. Okay? Now, let me share with you. Some of you ask, is this MLM? Is this network marketing? Let me explain to you. This definitely is not multi-level marketing. Okay? Multi-level marketing is a system where the top guy earns, maybe 35% because he started the business, he pioneered the business in, let's say, Singapore, and then the next level down could be earning 25%, the next level down could be earning 15%, and then by the time you get down to the lowest level, they're probably earning 3% or 1%. Not worth doing it at all. But in this system, even though you may be lower down in the line, you can be earning more than the person up in the line. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? That means you can earn more than the people who are actually above you. Okay, now, it's like a franchise because this business is systemized, is standardized, is uniform. Like if you go to McDonald's today, if you look on the left side, you see the drinks. If you look on the right side, you see the fries. If you look in the middle, you see the burgers coming out. Everywhere you go is the same, and the burger tastes the same. Because they are taken from the same source. So basically is that Market America has a training system that is very systemized. They have an online system that is systemized and applies across to all the different countries. So you go to one website, it looks all pretty much similar. Alright, and it's got state-of-the-art and management system. When you join as a distributor, you actually have a management system given to you. Alright, now that management system allows you to actually look at the detailed sales, what sales are being done during the week or the week before. Alright, and it also shows you who are the people that are under you, who are the distributors that are under you. So it's quite a state-of-the-art for sure. And it has merchandising and marketing tools, to help you in your business. There are lots of brochures, lots of materials, online materials that are available for you. And we have standardized training system. Like this afternoon, we spent the whole afternoon to emphasize how important it is for Singapore distributors to attend the NMTSS. When it's when it starts in Singapore in August onwards. Okay, and then we have it has potential tax advantages. Now, let me explain a little bit about this. If you are doing this business as a distributor, okay, and you earn a certain income from this business, and because of this business, you have to travel overseas, meeting different people overseas to share with them the business, or you have to attend conventions overseas, training overseas, all that is deductible. So you can get your accountant to help you to work out, what is, at the end of the day, taxable for you. So you can charge your airfares and everything else into, your profit and loss statement and work out something, that is taxable at the end of the day for yourself. So basically, it is a real business. Now, and it has got growing visibility. Unlike a franchise, because in McDonald's, if you want to get a franchise with McDonald's or Subway or KFC or Long John Silver, you know what? You have to pay millions of dollars just to get the franchise, alright, to be able to start operating. And not only that, every month you have to pay royalties of maybe $50,000 or $60,000 just to maintain, the franchise. But with Market America distributorship, basically is that there is no franchise fees, zero. You pay nothing to be able to be part of this franchise, and there's no monthly royalties, zero again, okay? And it's internet-based, alright? When you sign up as a distributor, what happens is that they will give you a website of your own. Literally, in the website, you can sell so many products. All you have to do is to introduce your website to your friends, your relatives, your customers, and then they can buy from your website. And when they buy from your website, you earn the difference. You earn the commission, alright? Now, and also, there's no territorial restrictions. As a distributor in Singapore, you can actually do business in Taiwan by recruiting people in Taiwan. You can do business in Australia, and in future, when Singapore market is a full market, you can also do business in UK, in America, and in South America. All right, and then you can start this business part-time. You don't have to quit your full-time job. Okay. All you have to do is invest 8 to 15 hours a week, right, to do this business. Continue to do your full-time job, and once this business takes off in maybe 5-10 years, you literally can quit your full-time job and focus just on this business, which is your very own business. You are your own boss. Okay? Now, and there is only minimum startup expenses. Quite frankly, I've not seen any business like that. When I was introduced to business, I was thinking in my head, oh, this must cost thousands of dollars just to join as a distributor. And then I was told that it's only $399 US. I said, what? And they said, not only that, for $399 US, they give you more than $600 worth of products for free. I said, that's shocking. Because you see, there is a strategy behind this business model. The key is to get as many people, as many distributors to join this business. Okay? And we will, as a result, attract a lot of partner stores to be interested in Market America and will want to also sell their products like Apple. They will want to sell their iPhone, their iPad, or Gucci. They will want to sell their handbags, Prada, shoes, and all that through MarketAmericaShop.com website. Okay? Now, so basically is that there's little risk. Alright. Now, There are two ways to earn money. Okay, one is that you service about 10 to 15 preferred customers. In other words, you know that the product is good, you use it for yourself, you know it's beneficial for you. What you do is that you introduce it to your friends and they become your customer. They can sign up on your online shop as a preferred customer, and then when they buy from your online shop, you earn the commissions from their purchase. Alright? And then develop and manage only 2 sales and distribution organizations, one on your left and one on your right, and you train your downline, you train your distributors on the products and on the business, and you help them to duplicate and be as successful as you are. Okay. Now, when you join as a distributor, the company actually gives you 3 business development centers. Essentially, it's like a profit center. In other words, you start the business with 3 profit centers. But most of us, I encourage to actually build just the first business center, which is at BDC 001, until it's strong enough. Then you build your business center, business development center 002, and then 003. All right. And with just one business development center, you have the potential to earn between $300 to $2,100 US dollars per week, okay, for each business development center, right? Like Dr. James, he may have about 10 business centers, I don't know, but that's how he's able to earn such a high income, okay? Now, so this option now is tailored to you. Do you want to go for the 45 years plan where you work all your life to make the 5% successful? Or would you want to choose a 2 to 3 year plan where after 2 to 3 years, if you follow the training and the guidance provided by the company, you could earn a regular income that is sustainable? All right. Of course, if you want to earn more, you put in more effort. You build more business development centers, all right, and then you can earn more. And you might at one stage prefer to not work but do this business on a full-time basis. All right. With this, I end my presentation, and I'd like to pass this mic over to Kelly, who will share about the products that the company has. Thank you very much.
MarketAmerica, as a product brokerage company, MarketAmerica identify the latest and the highest quality market-driven products. So by moving with the market trend, MarketAmerica does not rely solely on the sales of any one product or service. It eliminates the burden of manufacturing, massive mass advertising or marketing. Hence, greater resources are being put into the quality assurance of the products and services. In MarketAmerica, it has hundreds of exclusive products and services, so that unfranchised owners like us can capitalize on numerous multi-billion-dollar industries. For example, anti-aging, health and nutrition, cosmetics, pet care, auto care, home and garden, children's care, etc., just to name a few. So you name it, we might have it. So whatever the trend is, MarketAmerica is in the position to capitalize on the whole thing. So this is one of the products that we have. It's under health and nutrition. It is called isotonics. Iso means same and tonics means pressure. So it means same pressure. What does it mean? Same pressure as our blood, as our tear glands, as woman's breast milk. So what happens is we mix a certain amount of powder with a designated amount of water. When we mix it together, we cause the whole drink to become isotonics. So when we drink into our body, the mind would tell the stomach, hey, this product that is in the stomach is actually same pressure as our whole body. So there's no need for any gastric juices to digest the whole thing. So the stomach will get the idea, and instead of having all the stomach acid digesting and causing the loss of nutrients, the stomach will actually accept the whole fluid, and it is very quickly passed into the small intestines. Hence, that is why we say that we offer the fastest and most efficient delivery system, because within 10 to 15 minutes, about 90 to 95% of the nutrients is actually absorbed into the body. And that is why we would see a lot of very fast, superior results. I'd like to share something about myself. I had whiplash about 2 years back, and I had a lot of TCM and physiotherapy ongoing for me. But the doctor said that I have to keep going back to that because it's going to be a long-term thing. So I tried a lot of things, but it didn't help, and I got to have a part-time helper to help me sort of ease my responsibilities at home. So until I came upon isotonics and I used one of the product called Prime Joint, I never have to go back to the doctor, and I don't even need my part-time helper anymore. That is how fast it is. I took it for a month, and I was really surprised by the results, because no other medication or help can actually allow me to do that. So apart from Prime Joint that I mentioned, we have a lot of different nutrients. You name it, we have it: calcium, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, a lot. So there's a lot of different products to help us with our own health needs. So we always call this like a cocktail, because you can mix a lot of things together and drink it, and it's quite yummy. So these are some of the celebrities, Scottie Pippen and Carmelo Anthony. They are actually celebrities who endorse this kind of products for free. So Mocha Tonics, it helps us with energy boosting, reduce fatigue. Heart health, we only have one heart, so please take good care of it. So this is a very good health system with CoQ10 and omega-3 and vitamin E. TLS, weight loss solution, total lifestyle, transition lifestyle. What they emphasize on is a knowledge-based weight loss program. So with this kind of knowledge, you can always utilize this knowledge forever and ever in your life, and you don't have to go through another kind of weight loss system again. Because it teaches you about low glycemic kind of food intake. It advises you on what are the healthy things you can eat, and also it sort of like change our body composition. Because if you lose one kilo of body fat, it's as good as losing 3 kilos of mass in our body. So all this they will actually teach you. We even have phone apps on this system, and also weight loss manual, where you can take note of your daily intake of food, or what you don't like, what you like, and etc. It is like to get to know yourself better in terms of food, so that you know what to do with yourself in future. So these are some of the examples. Transition lifestyle doesn't mean just losing weight. So people who are very skeletal can actually use this program and to regain their mass again. So in MarketAmerica, there's a lot of different skincare. Lumia DV, they actually help us in our healing process of the skin. It is like a first aid to the skin. And we have Skintelligence, more for teenagers or for males. We have Timeless, which is for acne, for anti-aging. And we have Motifs. This is one of our top brand cosmetics in the USA. It's probably the top 5 brands in USA. So behind this, the name Motifs, there's actually a story. So what do females do when they put on makeup? We normally have some motif one way or another, right? Well, maybe to attract a male, maybe it's for a job promotion, or maybe it's for an interview or something. So there's always a motif behind a female's makeup. So do not underestimate that. So this motif is actually by our Senior Vice President, Lauren Reidinger. And in USA, it is very popular among celebrities, and it's top 5 brands in the USA. These are some of the magazines that it has appeared in. And we have the DNA. It is the babies and children's care. It has like gummy multivitamins. It has foam wash or diaper cream, and etc. It's for babies, it's for children, it's for expectant mothers. Last but not least, Fix. This is a skin and hair instant therapy. It has shampoo, conditioner, all made with argan oil. It is very good in anti-aging. And instant skin therapy because it has certain things that you can use it and it can fix it almost immediately. I have a very kind business partner who actually gave me a present. So I was very excited. And when I took a closer look, right, it is called the Instant Line Vanish. So I looked at him and I was like, is this a joke or are you trying to say something to me? Because how this product works is, within 60 seconds, it can remove your line instantly. So I was thankful, but at the same time, I was giving him a very cruel stare. You know, I'm like, please do not do this to me anymore. Next time I can get it myself, but thanks anyways. It has the nip and tuck. It can actually reduce the appearance of cellulite for ladies. You know, when you need to go to be in a bikini or something, you can apply on it and it can break up the appearance of cellulite and things like that. These are very instant, but it's quite useful at times. But I was actually cracking a joke. If my husband is going to give me all this, right, he won't have home-cooked meals for months. So that's about the few exclusive brands that MarketAmerica has. And the next speaker I'm going to... Oh, and there's some more. We also have we are an internet marketing company. So we have exclusive brands. We have email marketing components where we can actually send emails to our friends through our own portal. Well, we service customers in 200 over countries because right now internet is so widely used by people, and we can actually ship to almost really a lot of countries to my friends, to our customers. Supports multiple languages because this system is pretty smart. It can actually identify where this person is serving this portal from. It can actually let them choose the language that they would like to have. So it automatically detects language and countries. So with this, I will pass on the mic to another speaker, Mr. Stephen Hu, to explain the rest of the program. Mr. Stephen Hu is a National Supervising Coordinator, and he's from Los Angeles. So his current pin level, National Supervising Coordinator, and his payroll is US $10,000 to $15,000 every 4 weeks. Please welcome Mr. Stephen Hu.
Just as I was waiting outside, I picked up an iPhone 5S. Anybody losing an iPhone 5S? How about reach your pocket and see if your phone's still there? You do, right? Please turn it to silent mode. That's mine. Anybody is coming to evaluate this business for the first time as a guest? Can you raise your hand? Wow, quite a few. How about give a big hand to them? Let me take a couple minutes to kind of introduce myself. A couple years ago, when I was 20 years old, I go from China to Los Angeles as a foreign student. As a foreign student, I understand that probably I have to pay a very high tuition, and I have to work for myself, on myself. So I was working very hard on a full-time job, 60 hours a week. And I go to college for 13 units, because minimum was 12 units. So I know that that's what I have to run my life in order to get ahead. And then I switched job a few times and I landed on one photo shop and got a pretty good position there. I was working very hard and very appreciated that particular position. So I worked for 3 years. And one day my boss took me to a very expensive area, very nice home, and he drive his Mercedes and took me there and he says, "Hey, Stephen, come out. Do you see that home? Is that nice?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "If you work very, very, very hard, that house is mine." Isn't that the case? As Danny was explained, 90 to 95% of people, they work for the 5%. Because when you hold a job, that's the situation that you face. So as I continued working for him for 5 years, and then one day he handed me an envelope. He says, "You can take a long vacation." And at the time, I said, "Hey boss, I did not request a vacation." But when I look at his face, I know, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I got fired. I don't know if anybody sitting here has ever been fired before, but don't raise your hand. Because I don't think that was a nice experience. So I was so mad and ended up, I find another job on the same day. But throughout the whole day I was working right there, my mind was cranking. My mind was like thinking. And if I have one job and work very dedicatedly for 5 years, and I can get fired just like that, who knows what the next boss would do. So the next morning I called in to resign. I said, you don't even have to pay me for yesterday. And I was very hard looking for 3 weeks. And fortunately, I found my own photo shop and started my business. Hallelujah. And I worked very hard for 6 months, and finally the business broke even, and I continued working on. Throughout the 16 years, I opened 3 photo shops, and I thought I was on the top of the world, making good money, driving Mercedes, and I think that was it for my life. Not until digital camera started popular, my business is going down like a slide. So I was so nervous looking for a way out. One of my customers come in and said, I'm doing import-export, I'm in the same position. Always looking for opportunity, and now I found one. Do you want to come in and evaluate it with me? What do you think? Yes! No, I said no. I say no for 3 times. Not that I rejected him as a person or the business, because I haven't reevaluated what business is. Because I thought I was so busy having 3 businesses, how do I have time to do something else? But as this person very persistently inviting me, I feel really bad. He's my customer, he's giving me support, giving me money, but hey, go to evaluate it, what's gonna happen? As long as I don't bring my wallet, right? So I took a leap of faith. I did go to one of the homes to evaluate it. But one thing it really caught me to think is what Daniel was saying, the 45 years plan and 2 to 3 years. Because as I was working for 20 years, I thought my income was quite well. But once I saw the survey, I realized the 5% of people, they are wealthy or financially fit, is that they don't work. I'm still getting that kind of income. But I work my butt off for 60 hours and getting, I think, a satisfied income. So there's a big gap. One is passive, one is active. So I was thinking that if I continue work till 65, anytime I stop working, my income comes to 0. So I kind of sweat the whole night, realizing that I was mistakenly thinking that was financially well. So when I look at the 2 to 3 year plan and what it takes, how much money gets started, how much risk involved, and how much return, I said, I'm in. So I took 1 more week to evaluate it, and I called my customer and says, I'm ready when you are. I get started it. So subsequently, in about 3.5 years, I was working part-time. I still have my 3 businesses, and I'll only take about 2 nights, half a weekend to operate in my MarketAmerica business. After 3.5 years, my traditional business going down every month. After I did my calculation, congratulations, Stephen, you just being a volunteer. I don't even get my salary. So it was the time that I made the decision, it is about time to leave the traditional business and go MarketAmerica full time. So in 2005, I went to Taiwan, 2007, go to Hong Kong, and now I'm in Singapore. Not in a million years, I thought I would come into Singapore. But hey, it's a global economy now, isn't it? So let's take a look at it. I hope everybody coming in is in a business standpoint to look at a business. When we take a look at it, every 10 to 20 years there's a new marketing system surface. And in the 30s, direct sales, 50s, MLM. When people ask around, is that an MLM? The first thing I said, MLM surfaced in 50s. Do you think that I can drive a 50s car on the freeway right now? Compete with a Ferrari? No, that was a very old business model. And so every 10 to 20 years there's a new business model, but it's very interesting. No matter which business model, when they first surface, when you catch the right timing, you can still make a big bucks. Has everybody heard of what a Beverly Hills is? It's in LA. A lot of movie stars living there. There's quite a few people in the 50s, 60s. They will make tons of money from Amway. They live in Beverly Hills. So it is not which business model, it is the timing you get into certain business models. So that's why when we are trying to evaluate a business and see if it's the right time to go in, the first thing we have to look at is it the right trend? Let's say today, if you want to do business, I says, okay, I'll work with you. Let's open Photoshop. Would you go with me? No, I'm getting out of the Photoshop 10 years ago. You don't want to go into it right now because it's no market. What about renting videos? No, come on. It's not the right trend anymore, right? But what is the trend right now? Health and nutrition. Anybody here is a baby boomer? Don't raise your hand. No, you're young. 1946 and 1964. In that 18 years, as baby boomer, right? And what baby boomer, what's the characteristic? They got lots of money because they catch the economic rise, right? And they are getting in that pre-retirement age, right? So egg and pains, holding a glasses and looking for glasses, right? Is that? You sit there, you are like snore like crazy, but when you lie down, you cannot sleep. Right? That's what the baby boomer anticipated now, right? And so what they do, they have money, they want to be well, they are afraid of getting old, they don't want to be sick, and definitely don't want to die. That means what? Of the last 50 years, the hard-earned money they put into anti-aging, health and nutrition, that's a big, big market, right? Only a business. In Singapore, it's a little bit different. I don't believe in Singapore company lay off people, right? In the States, it's like crazy. It's crazy. I remember very clearly in 2008, when the economic drops, we were doing some trainings, and we were talking about when the economy goes bad, company definitely start to lay off. One of my partner works in Western Digital, the one makes the hard drive, and he says, "Oh, good. Fortunately, my company makes a lot of money, right?" Next week he got laid off. Because it's not if they make the money right now or not, it's what they anticipated within the next 5-10 years, how the economy affecting them. So they would take actions right now. And unfortunately, there's a lot of corporate that they cut 10% of the force, they're still getting 100% of outcome, which means what? Everybody putting in 10% more below pay. That's how the corporate world is. So that's why a lot of people don't have security on their jobs anymore. Because the corporate doesn't have loyalty to you, and you're not going to be having loyalty to the company. That's simple. So people are looking for a way to own a business. Well, I own a business, I know what it takes. A lot of sweat equity. My small 1,000 square foot Photoshop, it takes me $12,000 to break even. And how many films you process to get 12,000? It's very hard to run a traditional business. Well, online shopping and mobile shopping, we don't really have to say a whole lot. I mean, it's the way of the future. And right now they did a survey, 40% of the online shopping is done on mobile already. And then the next couple of years, it will be even more. So it's such a trend that MarketAmerica catch. And also social shopping. Anybody got Facebook account? No, come on, give me a break. More than that, right? Well, there's a lot of people who have Facebook. What MarketAmerica enters is called F-commerce. Have you heard of F-commerce? E-commerce in Facebook. That's called F-commerce. Because what happened is that a lot of youngsters, Facebook page is their main page. They're not leaving Facebook page. So what MarketAmerica does in the States that we have an app that you can import any product that on the page of shop.com and import it onto Facebook. So your friends look at it, they don't have to leave Facebook, and they can take out their credit card to buy that product. That's called F-commerce. That's what we position right now. So isn't it trendy? It is. And so what the social shopping, it's actually it's state of the art, and it's definitely the trend. So what we do is that we provide the social media power to promote our products. And what we do is that we have the high-tech technology, but yet we have the one-to-one relationship building on Facebook or social media. And so that's why we have the high touch with it. And so what we do is that basically match people to product, match product to people. And we've been able to achieve that even though in a high-tech world because of the relationship that we're building. Talking about building a business, and I would say most of the people heard about starting a business. Probably a couple of things come in mind. Number one, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. And also the risk factor is too high, isn't it? It's three concerns people always have. And another thing is that in the business world, competition is always the key. No matter if in a job or in the business world, competition is always the key, or the people who face. There is a joke here, or actually a story, that there is a company with the general manager working there for ages. And then underneath him, he has 4 managers. So once the time it gets to the retirement age, he tells the 4 managers saying that I'm going to be retired in 6 months, so my seat is probably one of you 4. So depending on the next 6 months, what's your performance, and whoever who sits my seat. And in the old days, 4 managers was friends, and all of a sudden, all 4 is competing with this general manager seat, and you know what it is, right? They're kind of fighting, pointing finger, whatever, right? But they're still trying to pretending they're still friends. One day, the 4 people go out to a restaurant, and there's right in front of the restaurant there is a lamp there, a Aladdin lamp, right? So one person just touched the lamp. Here comes the genie. And the genie says, well, since I'm out, I'll grant you 1 wish each. So the first one says, well, I projected next 6 months, I'm going to be very busy competing with the other 3 guys, right? So why not take a rest right now? Let's go to where? Malaysia. Okay, boom, he goes to Malaysia, right? The second one says that, well, since I'm taking a rest, why not to go to Hong Kong, go shopping? So he goes to Hong Kong. So the third guy says, why not to go to Europe for a week? So all 3 are gone. So the 4th one doesn't say anything. And then the genie says, what do you want? So he think about it. How about make those 3 guys don't come back in 6 months? Isn't that how our workforce is? Everybody is trying to put the other one out so you can get ahead. That's what the traditional job, workplace, or business is. What MarketAmerica does very differently is that we have the very revolutionized binary system. So what we do is that for each people coming into the business, we start and develop 2 sales organizations. 2 sales organizations. What we want to do, number one, is that what we want to do is to reduce competition. Isn't it 2 is less than 4, less than 8, 10, right? And you would say, since you are trying to reduce competition, why not 1? Well, 1 doesn't expand, doesn't multiply, right? 1 times 1, always 1. So 2 is the smallest multiplier. So how smart it is. So because of running 2 sales organizations, we really compound our effort 2, 4, 8, 16, so on and so forth, right? And what we do is that we encourage teamwork. We're building 2 teams, and maybe in some situations it's 1 team under you. And what it is, because it's a binary system, people receiving 100% of whatever you develop in your organization. It's like unheard of. So as our business plan unfolds, you'll see how different this business plan is. So let's take a look at how to establish this business. There are 5 steps. Why only 5 steps? Because we are using the franchise method. Franchise is simple, easy to duplicate. You go to any McDonald's and it's certain place making the fries, certain place making the drink. It's all the same, right? Well, we do the same thing. So once you start a business, you have 2 choices to come in with. One is as a sales rep. So you don't have to pay anything. You just go online and fill an agreement. You know your responsibility, your entitlement, and then you become a sales rep. So you can buy and sell product and make about 20 to 30% retail profit. But that's it. So pretty much like you have another part-time job. You do, you work, you make money, you don't make money because you don't have the leverage effect in there. So most people, 99% of time, people choose to come in as a franchise owner. And the same thing, you buy and sell product, you make a retail profit. However, what you do is that you can leverage a management's performance compensation plan to develop and maintain 2 sales organizations. In that case, you are really getting an ongoing income with this system. However, when you come in, you do have to pay a subscription fee. Well, basically, the subscription fee is to ensure you have proper tool to run your business. In the United States, when you come in as a distributor or a franchise owner, you have 7 websites, 7 of them. And you have the global site, you have the shop.com site, you have the isotonic site, you have the Conquer Entertainment site, you have the one more, unfranchise.com to manage, you got unfranchisetraining.com, and you got one more website is the the Motive. So you got 7 websites to run the business. It depends what you're focusing on, what particular product lines, and you got management account. As Gandhi says, the whole operation is transparent. You can see where the people position and where your volume coming from, each particular person. Okay, and we got career manual, teach you how to do this business, and we got getting started guide. The most I like in the business as I come in, it is you have the senior partner, the experienced senior partner, coaching you, teaching you to do this business. I remember when I started my photo shop, and I got within about a mile vicinity, there are about 5 different photo shops. Do you think that when I first come in, don't know how to run a Photoshop, I can go to one of these 5 and ask them to help me? In your dreams. It's not going to happen. I train my competitor, it doesn't happen. But because of the binary system, we have the economic interest to help each other. So you have an experienced partner to actually care about your success. And so for a person who has never done business before, or never done this type of business before, you definitely need somebody to coach you. And second step is to create. We have a business volume, which basically a unit representing MarketAmerica exclusive product. So for example, the one Kelly was explaining, the OPC3, the calcium, and so on and so forth, and those are exclusive products. So once your organization creates or buys this product, and they created business volume. Well, good, I don't have to explain HBP. Well, basically, BV is a unit to calculate your commission. And in the US, we have another compensation plan called IBB, where you can go to our website to buy iPhone 5S, you can buy a Gucci handbag, and you can buy a number of things. I buy my toilet paper every single month from one of my web portal. So, I mean, why not? Since I spend money, instead of spending money and make the other company CEO makes millions, why not make me a million? Right? That just makes sense. So how do you create this business volume? Well, because we carry a lot of consumable products. So since ourselves are consumers, so we definitely what we need to do is to change our brands. whatever product that you used to use, and now Market America carries, well, you just switch brands. Why not to make yourself an ongoing income rather than the other CEOs, right? So what we do is very simple to change our buying habit to buy it from your own website. And second thing is that there's a lot of other ways to referral, teach people how to go to your website to make these purchases. And also we have marketing system, and now it's a big thing is social shopping. We have enough partner who sell product on WhatsApp, Line, WeChat, Facebook, you name it, Twitters, and you'll be surprised how many people you can reach by just pushing a message there. So it's a lot quicker than just one-to-one, although we are not giving up the one-to-one, but there's a lot of tools that you can leverage on. So once this product is being sold, no matter what channel, you created BV. What that BV is for some people, they have never done any sales job in the past, or they were never a business owner. So they might afraid that, how can I sell this product? Don't we know somebody? Take a look at your cell phone. How many names on your cell phone? If you can find a couple items that you can buy from Market America, don't you think that you should have a couple items for each one of those people? So all you do is get to know what their needs, their wants, and you share with them. Any baby boomer you know? Like those young guys, they might know any, but they got a couple in their house. And so those are the one can create volume for you. Like in a case I shared with my son, when he was 18, he joined the business. Right after he joined the business, he goes to college. So I figured out, well, why bother him? And he's not living at home. Let him enjoy the 4-year college. And one particular summer, that for kids, they're really looking forward for summer job. That's where they make their pocket money, right? And that year was 2009. After 2008, kids cannot find jobs in summer season. So he has nothing to do at home. I said, great, that's about time we do some retailing. And so I teach him how to do it. So he will call my church friend and tell them that I'm learning to do business with my dad. Can I do a survey with you? Do you have about half an hour? So he goes to all these aunts, uncle's house and just basically pick out a home shopping list and saying that, well, can you do a survey on all these items, which one you're buying elsewhere? And they check about 20 different items. He says, I'm trying to learn how to do business. All the items that you're checking, I carry in my mall, my online mall. Can you pick a couple of them? You're going to be running out. You're going to be going out to buy it. How about buy from me? Number one, give me an opportunity to learn how to do business. And number two, give me a chance to introduce you some of the good products, right? 9 out of 10 customers will buy it from him. That's how you start. We all do that. If you don't have this friend, you're in big trouble. As we are talking about a joke, and everybody knows 6 people at least. If you don't, you're in trouble. Once you die, you need 6 people to carry you. So if you don't have 6 people, you better crawl in there before you die. But that's just a joke, okay? Number 3 steps is to qualify the center. Okay, what happened is that just like when you open a restaurant, you open a restaurant, people start to coming in, and you find out, oops, I forgot to put in a cash register. No, it's not gonna happen, right? So definitely you got everything ready before you open the door for your customer, right? In this business, it's the same thing. When you see your center 001, you don't have cash register. What do? So you have to qualify your center first. So once you purchase 200 BV of product, each BV is about $1.50 US. So it's about $300 US. You put into register there. Now you can open doors to business. So once you have these 2 accounts, you can start accumulating all the BVs coming from you and coming from your organization. So since that step is very crucial, most of us would just do it at one shot. start your application, you start create BV, you qualify right at the moment. It takes about 20 minutes. So the company even helped us to do the business, is that it's putting a package to start the business, only $399 plus, I believe, tax, $438. Less, and you got all these products, so in the way, you pay nothing to start a business. And not to mention, you got tax benefit. In the US, a lot of my partners are using this business. They got a lot of tax rebate at the end of the year because now you operate a home-based business. And in my case, I take my wife to a very good restaurant to have a dinner. And when I got that receipt, I just put it CEO meeting. That's tax deductible. Is that a CEO meeting? Yes, I have a corporation under me and my wife. Legally, that's legitimate. That's how you kind of play the games. So once you start a business, the next step is very important. Once you open a restaurant, are you going to be a cook, the waiter or waitress, or the cashier? No, you're not going to be able to do it all. The same thing with this business. Once you started it, you don't want to be doing all alone, because otherwise it has no different between this business and a traditional business. So what we want to do is that we want to have leverage effect in this business. So what we do is that we talk to Tom and Sue, and you find two like-minded people, and they are really not willing to settle with what they have, although in Singapore most people are very, very comfortable on their income, on their job, right? But as Danny is saying this afternoon, everybody is trying to, everybody is trying to prosper, right? So if you can make more, why not? In US, we have a term saying that 9 to 5 is making a living, 5 to 9 is making a fortune. Means what? When you go to work, just go ahead and perform just about okay to get your salary. You should save your energy from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock to MarketAmerica. Hey, that's the reality. I mean, no matter how you outperform yourself in your job, and at the end, it's your CEO being happy, not you. Why not to work on your own business? And so what we do is I look for two people who's willing to change, who's willing to make a difference. And so Tom and Sue come into the business. Once you do that, you are qualified. You have the privilege to collect commission checks once your BV is reaching certain criteria. And so this step is very important. As you know that people knows business, knows people, you take out a cell phone and definitely you have about, 30 to 60 names. In Facebook, everybody open a Facebook account, average is about 133 people in their network. And so you'll be amazed people lead to people. And so as Tom sees the opportunity and seeking your help to develop their two people, and so is Sue. So everybody start to duplicating what you do. And the fifth step is the most important step in this business. Well, the fourth step, believe me, in Singapore, if you are kind of okay being a person, you can do it in a matter of weeks. Just take a couple seminar, understand it, talk to a couple people, and you have two people to go along with it. But in this business, it's not about finding two people. That's not the case. We develop two organizations. Since the business is so, the future is so bright, you don't want to rely on just two people. So what we do is that we're helping the people to find out their people. Okay, and so in order to make it big, make it fast, if you can master number 5, which everybody does just the same, so your organization start to develop, start to form, start to duplicate. And so that's 5 steps everybody gone through. And for some people, especially the one is not patient, and saying, oh, shut up, go to money, and talk about money, right? So we'll talk about money, okay? So as the organization grows and people coming in, some people are buying product, some people are using product, some people sign up somebody, they have the starting kit. And all those volume is coming in to your account. Here's what the interesting thing is that if anything tonight you have not remembered, these you have to remember. What our computers search on every Friday night, 11:59 p.m., is search within this week who has purchased anything from MarketAmerica or globalshop.com and accumulated in a fashion of infinitively 100% to your account. Let's take a look at the next one, okay? Okay, before we talk about commission, it's very important because we have to say this, otherwise there is a lawyer outside, okay? The success of any MarketAmerica independent distributor would depend upon the amount of hard work. Yeah, that's take hard work. Talent, I'm not quite sure. They design for average person to do. But definitely it does take talent to see it, to join in. Okay? And then dedication, oh, that's very important. The dedication which he or she devoted to build his or her MarketAmerica business. So this is a work program. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So it's not an MLM. You do have to put hard work, sweat equity within the 2 to 3 years on part-time basis. Or if you can do full-time, that's even better. So it is a legitimate business and you do have to put effort into it, okay? So how commissions are earned? All the BV is coming from infinitively coming to your account. And anybody here has a MarketAmerica product on hand? Oh, you do? Perfect. I do have to do a demonstration, unfortunately, because when I just need one. Because when we are getting older, our memory is not working that well, so we have to see it to believe it, right? How many BV of this? 43.5 BV. And how much is that? 69.95. It's retail, and our cost is 52. Okay, let's say $52 US, but it's 43.5 BV. We count BV as commission, right? Let's say if I develop two organizations right here, so happen one on here, one on here, running two straight lines, right? Let's say if somebody I don't know, he could be in Hong Kong, Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia, wherever I don't know. What is your name? Christine. Let's say Christine, just out of a blue, 2 o'clock tonight, get online, globalshop.com, and make a purchase, and pay the $52 plus tax plus shipping, and created 43.5 BV. And so happens she is in my organization, but I don't even know she exists in my organization because I got too many people. Once she placed an order, she has 53.5 BV accumulated in her account. However, hey, everybody, you have to look at here, otherwise you miss out. However, that BV, because she's underneath him, she might know him or she might not. But that BV comes to him, passing the product, comes to him and comes to her. Anybody in the same line gets exactly 43.5 BV. How do you imagine, thank you, how do you imagine you go to a bank and you line up in a line trying to deposit, and once you get to your point to deposit, you find out all the previous guy that make the deposit comes to your account. How's that? And you're saying, like, no, that's impossible, that is insane. That's what the MarketAmerica way. So if you're saying that's unfair, yeah, it's unfair, but we accept it. That's how our system works. whether you know this person or not. Am I gifted? No. Okay, so if you have never heard, never remember anything, go home and remember this. Infinitively deep, 100% no discount. That's called ongoing income. That's how you get ongoing income. As people lead to people, people lead to people, and someday you have a huge organization, you even lost track of who buys what and where they are. But you capture 100% indefinitely. I remember 6 years ago when I first started Hong Kong, and I have only one relative, which is my older sister. 56 years old, doesn't speak English, has never in her life touched the on and off button of the computer. But since she's the only one in Hong Kong, she has no choice but come in. Okay? And so as I was doing a lot of presentations, and one time I was just making a joke and said, if you go home tonight, especially for the newcomers, if you go home tonight, if tonight you sleep through, apparently you have not heard what I said. You haven't understand what this compensation plan is. So next day, call me. I'll do it all again. And I said, if you can't sleep tonight, you're going to be making millions. So I was making a casual joke. And then the next morning, my sister called me and said, hey brother, is it better to sleep or not to sleep? I said, why? She says, I couldn't sleep last night. I was keep thinking, hey, Mrs. Lee, should I put it left or right? She understands the power of the compounding effect in here. And so as your organization grows, the more people, the more purchases are made from their website. As long as they are under your organization, it flows up in your account 100%. And so whenever this computer system sees you have 1200 BB on your account, and using the last who knows how long, we give you 365 days to accumulate. So making money is not a matter of possible or not, it's when. And so you accumulate to a certain time. For example, Kelly is finishing one particular pay cycle in 3 months, and some faster, some slower. It doesn't matter. As long as the computer sees you have 1200 BB, it pays you 300 US. And you say, do I have to do this? Of course not. It's accumulate your whole group's effort and ongoing. So whenever it sees that you have another 1200 reaching 2400, it gives you another $300 check. And so on and so forth until you reach 5,000, and you're getting a $600 check. So once you combine the 4 checks and you accumulated 1,500 in commission. And once you reach the 1,500 commission, which means your account is maxed out on 5,000, you finish one pay cycle, the next day it goes to 0 and reset, you go for another cycle. That's how it does. And so you might ask, how long does it take to finish one cycle? Well, it depends. Depends how hard you work, how many people, how's your network. But in general, what we see is about 6 to 9 months. Some faster, about 4 months, but in general, about 6 to 9 months to make one cycle. So if you work on a business 8 hours to 12 hours for 6 months and make 1,500, you said, what kind of business is that? How come it's so slow? And the effort I put in is much less than working in McDonald's. Is that worth it? Well, it doesn't show that it's worth it by the amount of time you're putting in. But the thing is that as your organization grows, the more people coming in, the more people being trained and know how to do retail, increase the purchase. Do you think that second pay cycle should be longer or shorter? Shorter, right? Quite naturally. Let's say if the second cycle is 4 months. Well, 4 months time, I put 8 to 12 hours, still long, still little money, right? But from a business standpoint or economic standpoint, your business in 4 months has grown 33.33%. Is that fast or slow? It's very fast. Very fast. And you ask all the big corporations, how can they grow 40%, 30% in 4 months? What if the next cycle is 3 months? It grows another 30%, 20-some%, right? What about 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks? Finally, you're reaching the benchmark of making $1,500 per week. That's 6,000 to 7,000 a month. Well, let's say in Singapore, in order to make a salary of 7,000, how many years you have to work? Quite a few. What degree do you have? Possibly a master's degree. Takes about 6 years to get a master's degree and owe your family a lot of tuition and start working a number of years to reach that 7,000 a month. But in this business, it's possible you work part-time for 3 years and reach that 7,000. And not to mention, it's ongoing. Your job is not ongoing. But the day you work, you get paid. The day you don't work, you don't get paid. That's the contrast we're looking at. So if you pick up that, and it will be hard to believe that you don't join in, you don't start the business. So the objective in this business is that you have enough people in your organization to allow you to achieve on a weekly basis. And so once you do that, what we said, you saturated one particular business development center because we don't pay you any more on 5,000. Why? Because if we do, we're going to be bankrupt. We will overpay. And yet at the same time, all the money it will be earned by you. What's the commission for the other people? So we equal the playing field and make everybody comes in and going with the same compensation plan. So it really has nothing to do with should I come in quicker or later. Because everybody comes in and facing the same compensation plan. So that's why, as Eddie says, it's quite possible some people work harder and put more time. And even though they're underneath somebody, they make more money than the senior partners. It's because it's fair. And so as time goes by and you have an organization, and sometimes you do, certain people, they do more retailing. So what this placement of business volume allows you to is, you do the work, you pay the money, but you can put the volume to somebody you brought into the business. They open turn on the computer the next morning and find out, wow, I have 400 BV, I don't even know who gave it to me. Actually, you do, because the system says that who assigned it to you. And so once this person just got 400 BV out of blue, that 400 BV goes to Dr. John, Chris, Tom, and come back to you. You are not losing anything, but you are helping a whole line of people. Do they like you? Well, they better. Alright? And so that's how fair this system is. That it's not just the one on the top leverage the one on the bottom. It's everybody helping each other. And well, if one particular center you said, it maxed my income, how can I make more money? One of the compensation plan, which is called the business bonus, the management bonus, is that on a certain week, on Friday, once you complete your cycle of 5,000, if one person on the left, one person on the right does the same thing, you know them or may not know them. As long as you have one left, one right, that you 3 people complete the cycle at the same time, they pay you a $600 management bonus. So in order to max out one center, you will get $2,100 a week, and which is about 8,000 plus a month. So it's over 10,000 Singapore per month. And that you will need about 2 to 3 times to build. We're rarely, and one person in Los Angeles takes 10.5 months. She worked from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock every single day for 10.5 months. She built one center and making 10,000 plus Singapore dollars per month. Is that worth it? Definitely does. Okay. So if you say, I want to make more money, well, as Eddie was saying, that you build the first one first, And as you're building the first one, but you're also building the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the second one. And so is the right-hand side of the third one, right? So once this one is saturated and you want to make more money, all you have to do is that to turn on this particular store and build one organization, and you make double of the income. And so that's why they give you 3 to begin with for a reason. You're getting the best spot right here. So as you build here, you half build this one, you build here, you build half one. The same thing here, you build one organization, you got triple your money. So basically, making money, although one particular center, they cap you, but they did not cap you on how many centers you can open. So that's why James and Marianne make so much money, because they have not only have multiple business development centers, they have multiple countries as well. And so you're compounding your efforts. Okay? And so basically, if you say 3 is still too little, I want to make more, well, the company's computer is set up for 999 stores. And each one is 6-digit income yearly basis. So, I mean, pretty much sky is the limit. And so, if you are confused right now, looking at all these numbers, circle, square, congratulations, you are normal. It's rarely people see it the first time and say, I understand, okay? And so you do have to take a look at a few times. In average, it's about 6 to 7 times. And so if tonight is the first time for you, the people who brought in have a lot of catch up. Okay? And so in recap, basically is this opportunity allows a person who really wanted to make a difference to earn a referral bonus, which what we normally apply to commission. And number 2 is that the BV you accrued 365 days. Some people was mentioned about MLM and all those. Those are monthly. You have to chase like a dog to chase the volumes. Those are not for average people to do, for superstars. Okay, and so your volume accrues 365 days, and your volume search infinitively. That's a biggie. Okay, and then the people that you can place volume to people you sponsor underneath you. Basically, it's unlimited potential. But lastly, the very important, I think, is printed. It should be $3,999. No, I'm just kidding. Because if it's $3,000, $4,000, you come in, you will be more serious. So one disadvantage with this plan is it's too low to start with. I mean, honestly, people have different attitude towards different investment. And so, but yes, that's the right printed $399 US to start with. So if you're coming to evaluate it for the first time, we have a couple suggestions. Number 1 is that you definitely have a lot of questions. At first, when I look at this, and those numbers just throw me off. And so you would have to have your friend who brought you in to sit down and answer some of the questions. And also, maybe try some of the products. Because in our business, our slogan is built on product powered by people. If a business doesn't have good product, forget it. It's not even worth it. Okay? And it's a lot of product testimonial. I got mine as well. So visit some of our website. For the young people, you got smartphone. You go to App Store or Google Play and just search for shop.com. We got mobile apps. When I go shopping, any product I want to buy, and I definitely take out my cell phone and scan the barcode and find out if shop.com sells cheaper before I buy it. Because otherwise, I mean, you throw your money away. So we already have that functionality that you search barcode and search 4,000 stores and find out if our partner store carries that in a lower price, and which you probably would anticipate that after it's a full country open. Try to do the business, or since it's $399, get your feet out, get your feet wet. Come in first and start learning how to run the business. And at the end, I want to really use a story to basically conclude my presentation. Was one time they were having a national American football championship. And one of the team, they really look at it as the champion for this year. And one of the player, it would be the most valuable player. And so as they play the final game, and one time this so-called most valuable player and got the ball and started running to the finish line or the touchdown. As he was running and running, while the crowd was keep cheering, right? And so he says, wow, this time it gotta be mine, right? So he run and run. Finally, he touched down, and then he realized he come to the wrong side. And so as the first half ends, and he go back to his bench, and he was crying so bad. And how can a so-called most valuable player can be so stupid and doesn't even know what side he's supposed to run? And so after the break and the second half starts, the coach tells him to go play again. He refused. He says, I'm so shame for myself, shame for the team. I just can't have the strength to play again. But the coach says one sentence, and he says, that was just first half. Well, this particular story tells us, whatever we do right now, no matter we are happy or not, that was just the first half. Our today, it reflects our attitude and the action we took before today or yesterday. But if we want to have a better future, a better result, it really depends on our attitude and what the action we take today to reflect what our future is. So just hopefully that everybody see the opportunity, take the action, and someday we have 1,000 of people celebration in Singapore here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, AD, Kelly, and Stephen for their fantastic presentations. So now we come to our last section, and it's about recognition. So to me, I think recognition is a very important section because it allows us, the new franchise business owner, to see and believe how feasible this business is, to create that belief in us. So hereby, I would like to invite Dr. James Kwok to present this recognition to our franchise business from Los Angeles, earning USD 80,000 to 100,000 per 4 weeks. Let's put our hands together.
Welcome to be here. Some of you may still wonder if this is a real business or not, but I can tell you we have been with MarketAmerica for about 17 years. And I can tell you, at the beginning, I did not think this is a real business. So at the beginning, my wife was running this business by herself. And I tried to pull her out because I did not believe such simple business can make a good money. I was an engineer for about 25 years with a PhD and 2 master's degrees with lots of licenses. Okay. So I did not believe this kind of business looks so simple, and actually it's very simple. It's very simple. Can make so much money. But it's just like seeing is believing, and in making it is to believe too. For the last 17 years, we did make lots of money. Before we started this business, we were struggling, trying to buy a house and try not to pay too much for the down payment and not to have too much mortgage. But after 17 years with this business, we have more than 20 houses in the United States. And some of them are multi-million-dollar house. And it's true, it's a real business. But if I keep saying this, you may not believe that. But Singapore make history for MarketAmerica. For the last 22 years, Singapore really is a magic place. I remember that around 3 or 4 years ago, we started a new market areas in Philippines. And companies spend millions of dollars, hire lots of people, try to open that market. But after a few years, we end up close down the business there because it's not the right place. That's the key to do this business. Business is very simple, but you need to be the right person. We have the right marketing plan and it's right timing, but you also need to be the right people. Singapore is the right place. It makes really amazing. In MarketAmerica 22 years history, company did not have any presence here. Just in 4 months, we have so many distributors now, and so many distributors are making money now. It's amazing, because after the Philippines market unsuccessful, we don't want to say failure, it's not very successful. So MarketAmerica used different strategy. Instead of spend lots of money to find an office, to hire the country manager, to have a warehouse, to start a business here, we said let's try the online business, just the internet companies. So I believe it's around December 16th. We said let's start to test the ground. So the company did not hire anyone in Singapore and no office. Just use the internet, globalshop.com to do the business. It's surprising. Singapore, just in less than 4 months, the business is so good. So MarketAmerica is catching up now. We registered with the Singapore government to become an officially registered company in Singapore. We hired a Singapore Singapore person to be the country manager, and we find an office and ready to sign the contract, ready to start to run the business. So it's amazing. And the conclusion is Singapore is the right place, and the people here just fit in our system, because our system requires disciplined people. In the whole world, Singaporeans are the most disciplined people. So this really fits you. But seeing is believing. So I want to let you to see some true Singaporeans. They join this company when company is still in the sky, right? It's online. And they are making money now. So we want to have any Singaporean distributor who have already made at least one paycheck, $300, come to the front to share with. They are real people, not temporary actors. Tell us your name and why did you join MarketAmerica.com. Tell us how much money you have so far.
I think the reason I joined MarketAmerica as a distributor is very simple. Okay. Because MarketAmerica is is with the trend right now, where we are involved in the online shopping and social marketing, and I see that this is going to be the business of the future. So I actually was trained in this business before before Singapore became an EMP in December. I got to know about this business in July last year, about 5 months before they actually started in Singapore. And I was trained by Joe and Esther. You don't know how much time they put in us just to train us for 3 months, from September right up to December, to prepare us for the commencement of this business in Singapore. And we have not regretted. we have completed one pay cycle. In other words, we have reached our 5,000, and now we are working towards our second pay cycle, and we have about up to 30 people as our downlines right now. Thank you so much.
Kelly, I've just completed my whole cycle last week, and I'm also sponsored by Esther. What touches me most was their patience and their persistence, because I've never seen someone who is so enthusiastic about the business. And they call me like almost every week, and they really prepared us a few months before the distributorship is open in Singapore. It comes to a point where, when I see Joe and Esther ringing, I'm like, oh my God, they're calling again, So when they call, they will put me on Skype, they will go through with me on the slides and what to do for the business, even though the business is not even official. So for that, I was very moved, and I thought, hey, if I'm following a good leader, so why not try it? So that's about it. Thank you.
I started this business about 3 months. Okay, the reason for me to join is because of the products. Okay, I tried some of the products, and it really helped me to improve my health, especially after my eye operation. So from there onwards, because I myself also run a traditional business, and the time and the effort I put into my traditional business is like no day, no night, and there's no off day. Okay, so when I see this business, I think, hey, this is the business I want, because I can see I can receive passive income and the residual income. Okay, I think for us reaching the retirement age, I think this is a very good business, and I spend the time actually is like, and also because of I have a very good senior partner. Okay, in fact he sacrificed a lot of his time helping us to build the business. So whenever when we see any prospect, I will try to bring them to his office. Then he will help us to explain and show them a lot of the information in his office. That's how it helps us to boost our business. Okay, in fact now we have received our second check, and we work towards our plan is within another 1 or 2 months time. We want to complete the whole cycle. Thank you.
I'm actually an engineer before that was almost 10 years ago. So after that, I've been doing some MLM, network marketing, and other investment thing. But of course, along the way, we make a lot of mistakes in the sense choosing a wrong company, whatever it is. So we stopped for a while. But after when I see this MarketAmerica, in fact, when Danny explained to me the marketing plan, I chased him 3 times to sign myself up, because I'm quite familiar with this thing. Because at that time, the company is still not ready to sign us up yet. I can see a lot of difference between this company and the so-called MLM. Firstly, the partner store, which you cannot see in any place to be exactly. And the other thing is the compensation plan, which you can really help the downline by putting the points right to the bottom of the person that you sponsor, and everybody get the points. I don't think there's any company can do that. Maybe there are some which claim that they can do such thing, but they will not benefit their own, so they will not do it. Whereas MarketAmerica, the plan is such that when you put, you yourself still get back the EV. So I think this is a fantastic plan. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm Danny. Thank you for mentioning my name. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I went to Taiwan after I met Esther, and she's my sponsor. And I also like to thank Esther and all my business partners around me, and James also, to support me. Okay. In fact, I'm I have collected one cycle within a month, which is I joined. After 1 month, I joined. And second month, I'm still collecting. And now it's the third month, I'll be collecting also. So one cycle is 1,500. Okay. So believe me, trust me. You see in me that I'm taking this kind of amount. I hope I can take it every week, 1,500. And I believe everybody here present tonight, please open the door of opportunity and welcome the wealth.
One good news is that this August, MarketSingapore will be officially open. At that time, one store, like for Danny, he mentioned about $1,500. It's not $1,500. It will become $3,600. That's the big difference. IBB, the partner store. So that's the reason. Some people mention we may have 10 stores. No, we don't have 10 stores. Just 3 stores is enough. Just think about 3 stores. Each store you can make $3,600 a week. And because we have the whole system, so we have 4 countries. US and Canada are in the same country, treated as the same country. So 1 BB, that's $3,600. And then Australia is separate, so it's $3,600, the same store. And then Taiwan, the same store, $3,600. Hong Kong, the same store, $3,600. But now company has a new system, Singapore. I was hoping Singapore will be separate, so I can have the same store, $3,600. But companies think, oh God, these guys make so much money. So they want to make this business easier for everybody. So we have so-called Asia Pacific unification. So that means even you live in Singapore, but you can sponsor anyone in Asia and Pacific areas. Now so far we have Australia, we have Taiwan, Hong Kong, right? New Zealand, and Philippines is going to restart again, and Malaysia will come pretty soon, and China will open pretty soon too. So all of this will be in the same BB bank and make you do business much easier. You may not know too many people here, but you may know someone or your friends or your classmates in New Zealand or in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, in China. You all can sponsor them. And then you can activate and you can make money. And one store is $3,600. And if you don't think this is enough, if you have some friend in UK, you can open a store in UK and make another $3,600 for the same one. Okay. So that's for this business. It's not you can make money or you cannot make money. It's just a matter of time. For them, they started with the $300 now. For us, it's about $1 million a year. But there are still lots of people making lots of money in between. So we want to invite those people to come over here they are not temporary actors or actors. They pay their own money to buy the airline ticket, to pay for the hotel, and they come here, they want to share this good information, good opportunity with you. Okay, let's welcome them. Just let you know that they all make lots of money, but for their safety, we don't want to make the official announcement. We just want them to tell you their name, what country they come from, and what kind of a business, if they are doing the part-time on this business, and what kind of business they are doing now. If they are doing this business full-time, I want them to know, let you know what kind of business they did.
Okay, Stephen Wu coming from Los Angeles, doing this business for 12 years. prior to doing full-time, and I have 3 Photoshop myself. Thank you.
Lillian from Market Hong Kong. My profession is in marketing field before, and I quit my job and started this business in full-time last year, and I jumped into 2 pin level right now.
My name is Mark Wang. I come from Taiwan, Taipei. My specialty is selling the tickets. Only one suggestion. After tonight's meeting, I hope everybody zip your mouth at least 48 hours. Calm down. Don't make a phone call to anyone to talk. God bless you.
It's a real joke.
My name is Esther from Melbourne. I used to be a high school teacher for over 17 years. And we have been enjoying doing this business, and it has given us a very stable ongoing income and also give us time freedom, and I'm very glad to share this business with all of you.
Thank you.
I'm Sabrina from Perth. My last job was purchasing and operation manager, so I quit my job about 4 weeks ago. So I'm doing Market Australia, Market America full time. For the choices that I make, we never look back because we have our lifestyle and we are very healthy, and most of my team members are making very good income working part time. All right, thank you.
My name is Aaron from Taipei. My full-time job is an editor.
Hello everyone, my name is Angela. I'm coming from Taipei, Taiwan. I was an English language teacher for children, and by doing this business after 8 years, on part-time basis, I know this really works. Yeah, I just want to encourage you to discuss and evaluate deeper with your with the friends who brought you here.
I'm Claire Ho from Taipei, Taiwan, and my pay level is professional coordinator, which is $4,500 to $7,500 for a week. And my job before was a website designer. And I want to tell everyone I'm 30 years old and I've run this business for 5 years. So this business is for any age, any race, any career, and any background. Let's make it work. Thank you.
From Taiwan. I used to be a high school teacher, and now I retired from my school and do MarketAmerica. It's a good, very chance. I encourage all of you, try it right now. You do it. It's very good chance. Don't forget.
我可以说中文哦。大家好，我是美玲。我是美玲，我来自台湾。那我是在美安经理7年，我现在级别是高级顾问经理级的经销商。那收入是18000到25000的美金。那我很喜欢这生意，也期待大家都成功。谢谢。
Her husband is a medical doctor, and she is the director. That means making 18,000 to 25,000 US dollars on a 4-week pay cycle.
我也是美女，所以讲中文。
给你帅哥都可以。
大家晚安，我叫志清，我来自台湾高雄。那经营美安到目前大概将近5年的时间，是顾问经理级，那1个月的收入大概是美金7500左右。那这是非常好的，真的是给普通人就可以做的。那希望大家把握这个机会，谢谢。
大家晚安，我是 Fiona。
这个是 Manny。
Fiona 是因为 James 哥跟我在当年在4年多前在邮轮上面，他不记得我有个台湾的中文名字， 所以呢 ，Fiona 是为了 James 郭才生的哈。好，谢谢美安公司给我这样的人生，因为我过去在银行17年，我没有做过老板，可是呢，美安公司让我成为一个老板，而且让我成为一个全职的老板。我在2年前呢，我就把我的工作辞掉，我再也不用去银行上班。那我真的觉得不用去上班真的蛮好的。如果现场有上班族的话，那如果说呢你自己是当老板的话呢，如果有时间的自由也蛮好的。像我们呢这个礼拜来新加坡，边玩边工作。那谢谢美安公司给我每个礼拜2100块美金的收入，谢谢。我来自台湾高雄。
我目前在美安公司的收入是4500美金。那其实我的本业是自己护士，我目前是在台湾是一家诊所里面的营运部经理，我很开心哦，我是一个普通人，是一个护士。那美安公司提供我一个平台呢，有翻身的机会，我很感谢美安公司，谢谢。
要为我是美女，我真生的，但是他要用英文讲，他是美女。
Actually, I original, my name is Susan Liao. Actually, my original country comes from Taiwan. But about 23 years ago, we immigrated to Canada. At that time, my husband actually has his own business. So when I want to start this business, he really same as him. He said, no way, you cannot do that, because he thought that is something, okay? Because he usually does like a traditional business, so he never think this will work yet. So I asked him to give me 3 years to try, and that is really good, because you sell products only on 30%, right? I sell it 130%. Because he paid credit card, I get cash.
Next one is a handsome man. Even he is going to speak in English.
James Liao from Vancouver, Canada. Well, the reason I'm here is because she wants me to prove it works. This really works. I'm a business owner in Vancouver, and I would sometimes figure out, do the people only do one way or only do one business? No, I say no. After MarketAmerica, it's definitely no. Okay? Let's go to it.
My name is Lin Lam. I come from Western Australia.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, because my job is I had 5 restaurants in Perth. But because I think I worked too hard, so that's one day I was very sick. So my son is a doctor, and he introduced me to some of the products from this company, and it saved my life for my liver function. That's why I find this is a very good product, and then I joined this market Australia. And I did already 2.5 years. Now I earn 4,500 in a month. I find this quite good because I don't need to work as hard as like my restaurant. I suggest everyone to do it. Thank
Once again, thank you everyone for making time to come over this evening to listen to this business opportunity. So as what Angela has said, we sincerely urge and encourage you to discuss and think, evaluate further this with those friends that brought you over tonight. To think seriously, give your thoughts on this business opportunity. And again, lastly, we'll end this session here. Thanks a lot. And I really believe most of you will not have a good night's sleep, because that's what happened to me. I did not sleep the night when I came for the presentation. Okay, thanks a lot.